Should I put my legs up? Hey.
Welcome back.
She was the internet's big sister, goofy, unfiltered, and the one person you could count on to make you laugh when everything else felt impossible. But hidden beneath a decade of jokes and glitter was something darker, something she'd been carrying in silence. Then, in one raw, unedited video, she tore open that secret for the world to see, and nothing was ever the same. Jenna Marbles didn't just log off, she disappeared. And the reason why is not what you think. The thing about Jenna was that she never seemed like a celebrity, even when she was one of the biggest names on the platform. Her rise was beyond sponsorships, scripted drama, or high-budget productions. It was built on bedroom lighting, unpolished hair, and a willingness to be ridiculous. The first spark came in 2010 when How to Trick People into Thinking You're Good-Looking exploded across the internet. It was sharp, self-deprecating, and almost alarmingly relatable. She poked fun at herself in ways that made viewers feel safe laughing along because the punchline was never mean. It was shared. And that was Jenna's magic. Her channel became a hangout spot for millions. Dogs wandering into frame, part of the charm, boyfriend antics, just another layer of reality. She wasn't above us, she was one of us, someone figuring out adulthood in real time. As years went on, fans grew older alongside her. They went to college, got jobs, had bad breakups, and Jenna was there for all of it, uploading every Thursday. By the mid-2010s, she was more than a YouTuber. She was a cultural touchstone.
What beach?
Should I reveal all of this after I take it out of here? We do a fashion show.
Ooh, fashion show?
It's done drying. I'm excited. Fashion show?
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Her phrases and mannerisms slipped into everyday speech. Halloween costumes were based on her characters. Clips of her in her days, Marbles, Kermit, Peach, Bunny flooded timelines. She made millions laugh without ever relying on cruelty or controversy. In an internet that was quickly professionalizing and commodifying personalities, Jenna remained stubbornly Jenna, messy, honest, and unwilling to pretend she had it all figured out. But popularity is a double-edged sword. It shines the same light which magnifies the best parts on the worst as well. And as the years passed, the early videos, the ones made in a younger, less socially aware era, sat in the archives, largely forgotten, until they weren't. It was 2020, and the world was in a collective reckoning. Conversations about racism, representation, and accountability were everywhere. People were revisiting media with fresh eyes. Old jokes that had been brushed off in 2011 now felt jarringly out of place. Jenna knew she had content that would not pass this new, necessary scrutiny. Instead of waiting for the outrage cycle to find her, she opened the door herself. In June, she uploaded an 11-minute video titled simply A Message. There was no flashy thumbnail or upbeat intro, just Jenna sitting against a plain wall, voice trembling. She acknowledged that some of her past content included things she now recognized as harmful. Videos from 2011 and 2012, where she impersonated Nicki Minaj in what many saw as blackface, rapped with language mocking Asians, and joked in ways that slut-shamed women. She didn't try to excuse it, or she didn't laugh it off this time. She walked her audience through each example, describing the moment she realized they weren't funny, they were hurtful. And you could see it on her face. The deep discomfort, the weight of knowing she had caused harm even unintentionally. "It was not my intention, but it doesn't matter," she said softly. "It matters that people were hurt, and I'm sorry." She revealed she had already removed or privatized most of her old videos quietly, years before. In a culture where apologies often sound like PR spin, Jenna's sounded like someone's heartbreaking in real time. But after the apology came the part no one expected. She said she was stepping away from her channel indefinitely because she couldn't, in good conscience, keep posting as if nothing had happened. And then, silence. No grand goodbye video, merch drops, long-winded thread defending herself. She simply stopped. Her fans were stunned. For a generation who had spent Thursday nights waiting for Jenna's uploads, the absence was immediate and sharp. Many begged her to stay, reassuring her that they understood, that they still loved her. Others respected the decision, seeing it as an act of integrity. In the chaotic landscape of influencer scandals, where creators often fight tooth and nail to cling to relevance, Jenna's quiet exit felt almost alien. Months passed, then years. Her channel stayed frozen in time. No algorithmic comebacks or brand new podcast launch. She faded from the public feed completely. The occasional glimpse came only through her longtime partner Julien Solomita's social media. Short appearances in cooking streams, an offhand mention, or a blurry figure in the background laughing at a joke. On Reddit, the conversation never really stopped. Threads on Jenna Marbles became a kind of digital shrine. Fans swapping their favorite clips, analyzing her last video frame by frame, speculating gently about whether she might come back. Moderators enforced strict rules. No invasive speculation about her personal life, no harassment, just appreciation.
That works for the oil.
These are good.
Do we use like almond milk or something?
We could just use water.
This is gonna be so gross.
They're gonna love it because dogs.
Every anniversary of her final upload, a new wave of posts would appear. 3 years without Jenna. This Thursday feels empty again. Who else misses her voice? It became clear that even in absence, Jenna's influence was actively living in her community's memory. Behind the scenes, life was still happening. She and Julien got engaged in 2021, married in 2022. They bought a house in Sherman Oaks. She focused on her dogs, hobbies, and her privacy. The loud, fast, ever-hungry machine of YouTube rolled on without her. And that was exactly how she wanted it. Here's the thing, Jenna's departure wasn't about a single mistake. Yes, the past videos mattered and the apology mattered. But what really pushed her to step away was the realization that she could never be perfect enough for the internet's gaze. That no matter how much she grew, there would always be a possibility of harming someone, somewhere, with something she said. And for someone who cared deeply about her audience, that was too heavy to bear. It raises a question. If being truly authentic means showing your flaws, how does a person survive in a culture that demands perfection and punishes imperfection instantly? In a way, Jenna's choice to disappear was a continuation of what made her beloved. She refused to fake it. She refused to stage a redemption arc for profit. She wanted peace. Even now, 5 years later, the idea of her return sparks waves of nostalgia online. Every so often, a clip from her old videos will circulate on TikTok or Reddit. Kermit's dramatic reactions, her absurd crafts, the infamous "what are this" moment, and comment sections fill with longing. I miss her so much, people write. The internet hasn't been the same since, and yet she stays away. Just living her life, quietly. In early 2025, paparazzi spotted her walking her dogs with Julien, looking unbothered and happy. The photos made headlines not because of any scandal, but because she had become such a rare sight. For someone who once let millions into her daily life, invisibility has become her shield. Jenna Marbles left because she couldn't bear to hurt her audience or herself again. And maybe that isn't a downfall at all. Maybe it's the most powerful choice a creator can make. What's next for her? The truth is, probably nothing in the public sense. She's given no sign of a grand comeback, and friends close to her have hinted she has no interest in returning to a platform that thrives on constant output. If anything, her future seems rooted in the offline. Married life with Julien, time with her D's, and creative projects that may never see the light of YouTube. In a strange way, her silence has become part of her legacy, proof that it's possible to step away from fame without letting it pull you back in. So perhaps the real story isn't the mistake that destroyed Jenna Marbles' career. Perhaps it's the story of a woman who recognized that love for her audience wasn't enough to survive the internet's impossible standards, and who had the courage to walk away anyway. And if you've ever had to leave something you loved because it started hurting you, maybe you understand her more than you think. In the end, Jenna Marbles' story is about what it means to value your own peace over the noise of a billion opinions. Her career may have ended with an apology, but her legacy is in the millions who felt seen, comforted, and less alone because of her work. The internet moves fast, trends fade overnight, but the memory of someone who made you laugh on your worst day, that lingers. And maybe that's the truest kind of immortality a creator can have.